Welcome to your personal makeup class. I'm Jessica, and I'm going to walk you through the steps that I would do on myself if I was getting ready to maybe say go out for the day. This is not going to be an eye makeup look. It's just going to be all the steps to look really pulled together quickly because it's all about doing things fast. So it's going to not be some kind of YouTube tutorial with heavy eye makeup and heavy makeup that doesn't look good in person. It's going to look really natural and glowing, and that's what is really important to achieve. I'm 40 years old, so I want to make my skin look nice and glowing and youthful, and it's important not to use a lot of heavy product. So we're going to get started. The most important thing to start with, besides washing your face, would be to moisturize. So I have my facial oil that I make. I'm going to do my eyes right underneath, eyelids, into my neck. And if my chest was exposed, I do my chest as well. You really want to focus on moisturizing around your eyes and neck and chest. So you're treating all 4 sections of your face. And then I'm just going to take a cloth and wipe my hands off. So when it comes to testing your foundation, you don't want to go to the drugstore and under their terrible lighting think, okay, this is the right one. You want to walk out in natural daylight if you can with it. And you're not going to test on your wrist or anywhere else on your face. Actually, you're going to test on your collarbone. So this is the color you're going to match to, and this would match the rest of your body. So it makes sense. So then you can stop up in your hairline rather than matching your face. If it's a little bit paler, you wear sunblock, and then your body's a little more tanned, and then you have this pale foundation and you don't know where to stop. So it's really important to test there. Now, when I'm going to do my makeup quickly, I'm going to just take my foundation, and it doesn't matter about brands, it's really all the same thing, made in the same factories, just different marketing and packaging. But this is Pacifica, and it is more natural than other products out there. Because the facial oil that I make is Essential Love Facial Oil, and this is all natural, so I'm pretty obsessed with using as much natural things as I can, as many natural things. So I'm just going to put some product, my foundation, into the palm of my hand, and I'm going to mix it because kind of in between seasons where it's not full summer right now. I'm filming this, but it's going into the fall. So I lost a little bit of my tan. So I'm going to mix a little bit of my paler foundation with my darker foundation. So it makes sense, kind of like when you're graduating into a little bit of a fairer skin, depends on how much sun you get for your skin tone. So then this looks kind of crazy. Most people use brushes or sponges. Sponges get dirty. You want to throw them away if you're a fan of them. Brushes also, you want to keep them clean. Otherwise, you're just getting germs all over your face and keeping them in your brush or your sponge. So I'm just going to do it the quick way. I'm going to take this product, and feels kind of weird for people. They're like, hey, what is she doing? But it's my foundation on my hands, just like my moisturizer. I'm going to touch around on my face. I'm not pushing really hard, but I'm blending in to my hairline, right over my ears a little bit, my eyelids. I'm just being really gentle, never really push hard. And then I'm going to look up right in the root of my lashes, in and around my nose. But you really want to make sure you put product on your neck and chest, especially for photographs. You don't have to put a ton of it there so it gets all over your clothes, but you do want to have it there if you're going to get any pictures taken, so the flash will reflect off of your chest differently, a bare chest without any makeup and your face with makeup. So just making sure to have no foundation all piled up in here. And then if I was in a bathroom right now, I would just wash my hands, but I'm just going to wipe them right now. So then, that's enough to mostly cover up all of your redness and flaws on your face. When you're going to do a concealer, this is where most people make the mistake. They either conceal first and then put foundation over top, and all you're doing is like blending it all off. So if you're going to do a concealer on the redness on your face, you'll just use the exact same product you used right now. So you just get like a little bit on your fingertips, and then you just extra touch up in around your nose, any redness, any pimples. You just gently pat it on the same color as your skin, the same product. And if you had to go with a little bit of a heavier consistency, like a liquid concealer in a tube, you would want to make sure that matches your skin tone. So you don't want to go lighter on pimples and redness on your face. You can go lighter and a little bit pinky for concealer under your eyes. So this is, again, Pacifica, but you can use anything you like. I love this. It's Dreamlit and Illuminating. So it's going to be a little glowy under the eyes. You never want to use a heavy, cakey concealer. So you start putting it on, it's like cracking or making you look older. You never want to look older. So I'm just going to pat this under my eyes. And it's a little bit pinky so it can take away the purpley blue veins that are under your eyes naturally. So you don't want to conceal just that little circle here. You want to take it down into a triangle so it makes your cheeks nice and flat. I'm very gently just patting and taking it down onto my cheek plane so it looks even. And I don't want to rub it off, but your fingertips are the best tools to use so you don't have brush lines. If I was using a brush all over my face right now, say I was using a concealer brush, or sorry, a foundation brush, I would get my product and I'd start doing little circles, and it does an amazing job for coverage, that's for sure. But this is a quick look. So this is your like quick makeup. You woke up, you're tired in the morning, you want to look pulled together. So far we just moisturized and we took some foundation, put it all over, took a little concealer under the eyes. So you don't want to take too much time in the morning. Now, wet products need to be then followed by dry products, just to lock them in place and stop them from moving on the face. So I'll just take a soft powder brush, my pressed powder, and I like my pressed powder to have color and to match my face. It just gives a little extra coverage, and I don't like the white, colorless, translucent powders. Sometimes in pictures they can look a little bit ashy or gray. So I just powder around to lock my foundation in place. So if you wonder by the end of the day, you think, okay, where's my makeup gone? It is wet, so you do need dry products on top. Now this is going to provide a very soft finish, and I mean soft like it's not a heavy powder. If you do want a really powder for shine, then you will do the T-zone. I'll show you in a second. So I just did my concealing under my eyes, so I know I'm safe to go right away with my powder brush. But if I took some time in between and I started to notice like lines of product, you want to blend those out first and then powder to lock the lines out. So right now my eyelids probably have little lines because I wasn't just there right now. And I'm going to blend that foundation out and then powder. Now remember, as a makeup artist, this is not how I would do makeup on someone else. I would take much more time, do way more details, and use my brushes like an artist. But right now it's the morning and I'm tired and I just want to look pulled together. So that's what you do. Now you just take your fingertips and blend. Blending is the key. You don't want to be standing outside and people are talking to you and you can see like makeup all over your face and they're not going to say anything. So you just want to make sure this looks like skin right now. So by doing this extra blending, it's skin for sure. And it looks like skin because you're kind of wearing it in a little, but it still keeps that coverage. So that's important to know. And now if it's the winter and my skin is a little bit extra dry, then I would just take a little bit of my facial oil and then, or you could use a moisturizer like the sprays. You can put in them in the fridge and they're nice and cold and you can mist your face. This guarantees that I don't look dry and this looks like skin. That is your goal. You never want to look like a face with foundation and powder and concealer on it. All right, so I'm going to show you this next step, but actually for myself, I don't do it, but I always do it on my models. So it's the C-shape highlighter. So it's in the shape of a C. So it goes here onto the eyelids and onto your cheekbones. So I'm going to take a nice warm, I don't know, that'll probably reflect, but a nice warm, say vanilla kind of champagne color, never like a white frosty color. And I would just do my entire eyelid right up into my brow. So it looks nice and great and glowy and brightens up the eye area. A lot of people love this and they're like, that alone would look great just to go out. In the daytime, not at night. I'm going to show you a full smoky eye later. And then I'm going to come around, this is why it's called a C, onto my cheekbone. So 2 finger widths from my nose, never sweep blush or C-shape into this area. 1 finger from under your eyes, don't sweep any product under here. So don't right now just take this and start highlighting all under your eyes. That won't work. But I don't want this to be just a little tiny brush width. I want to back it off to my temple. If you didn't have a brush, look, I'm going to do the other side with my fingertip. If you wanted, you could just use your fingertip. Just want to be fast. Does the same thing. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of brushes. And then I'm going to blend. That is key. I can't have this like too shimmery or making myself look older. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do are eyebrows. So this is where you do need a brush, but you just have a little spoolie and you're going to brush your eyebrows out. You always want to brush, fill, brush. So you start by brushing because there may be like some dry skin in there or your powder or your foundation. Take your fingertips, just blend them over. Now I'm going to start with a brow shadow. So it's just a matte shadow and I have an angled brush. And now with your angled brush, you always want to lead with the little short end first. Don't lead with the long end, it'll just bunch up. And you want to go directly into the brow. You don't have your brush like kind of like this. You just get some kind of a little bit lighter than your hair color. You don't want to go too dark with the brows, but you do want to have like this one actually Essence, and they have some great fun makeup and it's not expensive at all. Makeup doesn't have to be expensive. And this one's Love 'Em All, and it's just kind of an in-between color, like not too dark, not too light. So I'm going to start in the middle of my eyebrows. Always stay in the middle and start in the middle. And I'm just going to kind of move it back. So I didn't lay a whole bunch right here, if you notice, because what if I had too much on my brush? And you'll notice also, you get some on your brush every single time, tap it off or it's going to fall on your face. So just work your way back. And then when you get to here, and I went like 3 times so far for more product also, if you notice, I didn't just let it run out. And then you just want to stop where your brow stops growing. And then do the other side. And remember, brows are sisters, they're not twins. So your eyebrows will rarely be the exact same symmetrical. It's like pretty much impossible. I think like just Angelina Jolie has symmetrical eyebrows. Something rare like that. So don't feel bad if they're not the same. And then just brush them out because we brushed, filled, and brushed. Take your fingertips because you don't want it to be like makeup. And then I actually have another Essence product. It's a brow mascara. So I like multiple products in my brows. And I don't even really need to fill my brows if I didn't want to. But the more products, the better. And in different colors looks really good. So it's a little bit lighter even. And then I'm going to just brush this through my brows. Gives it a little more dimension and makes them look more natural. Like naturally filled instead of like makeup. And then, since I put product, you have to brush. So blend, 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 blend. That's the key to doing great makeup. Picking the right colors, obviously, but blending. So there's my brows. Now, as a makeup artist, right now, I would do their lips. So I'm just going to do lips right now. But if you're at home, you don't have to do your lips yet. You'll probably eat your breakfast, have your coffee, and then brush your teeth before you go out. But I'll just show you lips now. So I like to take a neutral pencil. And if you noticed, I fill my entire lip. Never ever just fill the outside. Fill it all inside just in case. Well, of course, it's going to leave your lips later, and then you're going to be left with like a line around the outside of your lips. Now, when it comes to pencils and lipsticks, lip glosses, you can just mix them all together. You can use multiple colors at the same time. So this doesn't have to match my lipstick to match my lip gloss. And also, this is considered a dry product. So this prevents the wet product, which is the lipstick or lip gloss, from moving out of your lip line. So this is the job of this product. Some people say, like, I don't know why my lipstick won't stay on, but this is great to keep it on. It won't guarantee to keep it on forever. It's not permanent. But if you want to keep it longer, a lip stain is the best. Now I'm going to use a lip gloss and just put it right on top. Personally, I like a really neutral lip. That's just my preference. But if you want to pop like a little bit of, look, you can just go right over top, a little bit brighter. It's like mixing colors together. And make sure it's not coming out of your lip line. So that's your blending, right? Okay, so now I'm almost done. Think about it, how fast that was. It was like my moisturizer, my foundation, concealer, powder, done. And then my brows, and if you had perfect brows that you didn't need to fill, brush them out just to make sure there's nothing stuck in them because you did just go over your whole face. And then I just threw my lips on, and now I'm going to do a little bit of black inner rim liner. It's not for everyone, but it looks really pulled together and it looks like you did a lot without doing much at all. So this is Pacifica again. It's a natural makeup line. So I just don't want to put chemicals right into my eyes. And I'll just pull down a little bit and just go all along your waterline or inner rim, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to show you one eye versus the other. Look at the difference. And I didn't do anything. It looks like I did eye makeup, and it really enhances your eye shape. And I think it looks, personally, I think it looks amazing on everyone. I went all the way in, all the way out, like right into here, all the way in here. And just check and make sure it didn't get all like messy right in there. It looks like I did lots of work. Okay, and now I'm going to do, again, Pacifica. It's like, I love Pacifica, the mascara. So just tilt your head back to do mascara, and you almost kind of blink into it. You just want to kind of blink into it a little bit, and you want to go back for multiple coats. So you notice I did one, and now I'm already going to do another one. Some people just do really quick, like, okay, one coat, I'm done. I'm going to go over here now. And go back again. And if you notice, you're like, oh, my mascara is on my lids or it's running all over my face throughout the day, maybe get a waterproof mascara. Just be really gentle removing it so you don't pull out any lashes. And I'm just making sure the end is cleaned off here, and then you can just, you could either go side, like whatever you want here. You go on its tip. Sometimes there's too much product, but the key is that mascara and Q-tips are best friends. They go together. Don't even think, oh, I'm fine, I'm good, I didn't get any. Just take that Q-tip and gently slide it around. You're making sure you didn't get any mascara on your face because later on you could have some there and then no one's going to tell you. Okay, check the top two. And I told you I would show you how to make sure I don't have any shine in my T-zone. So I'm going to take a makeup sponge, and I call it an eraser. And then I'm going to get my press powder and just pat this. Look at that shine gone. And you really just want to have your T-zone nice and matte, because you don't really need to, and maybe like a little bit kind of right there, but you don't want to age yourself with too much powder. So it's important just to make sure. Now this is especially important for photographs. If you know you're getting your picture taken, maybe make sure you controlled the shine. It can age you a little bit more, but if you really don't want shine or you have oily skin, that's the best thing you can do. And then I'm going to do a little bit of contouring or blush, whatever you like for the day. You could just leave it at this and you're done. Or if you want to do that, I'm going to show you contour. It's my favorite. It's not like a maybe everyday favorite for everyone like during the day, but I'm going to show you contour and maybe a little bit of blush. So just get a little bit. I like just a nice matte dark bronzer, and then I start in line with my ear, and I'm going to just put it here like that. And 2 finger widths for my lips. I don't sweep my product here at all. And just blend, 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 blend a little bit onto the temple, like it fades up there. Push it into my lid. Don't just go like right to the face. Starting in the back, so don't start like here. You're starting in the middle like we did with the brows. A little bit onto the temple. Build and layer. If I was just going to pop a little bit of blush on with the contour, just want to make sure I clean my brush out, but I just get a little bit and brush it on the top edge. So don't start here on the apple of the cheek and then don't come too close to the lips. And just kind of half on, like half on the contour and half off. The contour is a great look to just kind of give you like the sunken in cheekbones, more like a definition in your face. So that's it for your daytime makeup look. I hope you have a great time trying this out. So we're going to do those smoky eyes, and I'll give you more tips and tricks on that to make it easy. And I'm going to do it my way, how I would do it on myself. So not how I would do it on a model. So I'm using an e.l.f. eye primer. Eye primers are key. If you don't use an eye primer, this is the wet product when we talk about wet products and dry products. This is the wet product that makes the dry color pop. So it's really important to use. Just tilt your head back and just coat your eyelids. And usually I wouldn't do eye makeup with my entire makeup done. I would do it, so I do all my steps pretty much, except I wouldn't do mascara like I did. Okay, so now I have my eye primer on, and I'm going to do it very simple. And this is going to be a really dark smoky eye. I'm going to use an eyeshadow sponge, and a lot of people think, oh, these are garbage, but they're a condensed brush, so it's very so it's condensed so that it will put the shadow on just as bright or dark as it is in the palette. So I'm going to use pitch black, and now each time I get it on, I'm going to tap it off. Just tilt your head back, make sure there's no creases of this. And then I'm just going to put pitch black matte shadow on my eyelid. Really, the key is to tap off your brush or sponge, or you'll have fallout all over your face. And then when I'm out on this out part, a lot of people will sweep out. You'll have a mess. So you just want to gently work always your way inwards towards your center of your eyelid. Never sweep out. So really nice and dark in the root. Like I said again, I'm not used to having mascara on right now, but I'll work around it. Tap off each time. Work your way in. And always one eye is like easier to do. Just depends if you're right-handed or left-handed. And just focusing on the one step. Now, I'm using pitch black. I love a really dark smoky eye, but say you're a little afraid to do this, Say you could use this like a nice dark brown, or you could use a dark blue. The main thing is that you use a darker color than the next color you're going to put on. So it's pretty basic. It's like, okay, it's just on my lids. I don't have to worry, just black on my lids. The next thing we're going to do is take a brush like this. So this is where you would need a nice brush to work, and then it's empty. So there's no product in it, and I'm going to just blend. So I'm doing like a windshield wiper motion, half on the black shadow, half off. So I'm not removing it right now. Just getting rid of that hard edge. And careful always, you notice moving in. And already it's like starting to look more pulled together. Just dust it off. And then windshield wiper. And just moving your way in when you're out here. And you're also just making sure that they're even. This is so much easier and faster to do on myself than on someone else. So now I'm going to take like kind of a taupey brown shadow. So this is where I love black and brown for smoky eyes. And now I'm going to kind of touch where I want my shape to be. It's like up that high. So when you look straight in the mirror at yourself, you'll see that shadow. If you can't see it, it's not high enough. If you see it too much, it's too high. So you want to work your way up. And then I'm going to just get a little more, and I'm going to just kind of sweep again with my windshield wiper motion. It's so simple. So now this, and I cleaned my brush out. Sorry, you didn't see me do it, but I have a towel here. So I just wiped out the black shadow that was in my brush. And then I'm going to just make a nice teardrop oval shape is my favorite. So it's lower in here and it sweeps up. But you want to leave that space in the brow bone area, and then we can blend after. So kind of like that, and you can just build and layer. I went back so far 3 times for the same shadow. That's a really important thing to remember. You don't want to blend your way, keep on blending, and then you're like, why is there no shadow on there? So you want to build and layer, blend in between or blend at the end. So I'm going back with the same brown, other side, and I'm tapping my brush off well in between each time. If I didn't, right now I'd have like fallout all over my cheeks. Tap it off. And remember, this is like my fast, easy smoky eye. And a smoky eye, a really dark smoky eye is my go-to, my favorite look for myself. But like I said, you could use lighter colors than this. Most people are kind of like, that's going to be too much. Now just make sure that they're the same height. Just checking. And then I'm blending out my brush, cleaning it out on the towel. And then I'm going to soften this top edge. You just don't want any really hard lines. And then with a cleaned out brush, you take your highlighter from earlier, from we did C-shape, just pop it up there. You don't want to overdo it with highlighters. They should look pretty and glowy. They shouldn't look like too reflective and really artificial. So you just want to be careful. And then blend. So we don't want these like shiny reflective shadows. And speaking of shiny reflective shadows, the shadows I use are really matte. If I want to use some shine, I'll use it controlled. Because I am 40, I have fine lines on my lids. If you're in your 20s, who cares? Use as shiny as you want. The older you get, you want nice matte shadows to not draw attention to fine lines. Now, I'm going to take a soft angled brush and the black shadow. But right now, like you could do like a navy underneath, or you could do a dark brown, or you could do whatever you want, but I'm just going to keep it really basic. So when it comes to the colors, it doesn't matter. I'm just leading with the short end of my brush And then you'll notice I can't really get in here. So you have to turn your brush around and lead with the short end, and then you work your way back towards the center. You can't just keep going. And then you could just blend with your fingertip if you want to, blend with a brush, whatever you want. That's how I would do it at home, and I'm showing you the fastest way. Look how long this took me, like no time. So right up under the lashes. You can go as low as you want to. Sometimes I like to go like really low, really low, really smoky. Just depends on what I want. But like without doing the lower lash line of your shadow, it's not really like, to me, a smoky eye. And if you wanted to blend anything extra, you could always take a Q-tip. You just don't want any hard lines. It's all like nice and soft. And you already saw me do the inner rim earlier, but if it started to fade, you just touch it up. And inner rim with a smoky eye is like, they go together. So this is the frame to my art. So if my eyeshadow is my art, my frames are my liners and mascara to really frame your artwork. Now, I'm going to do a nice liquid liner, and it's like a marker. So it's Intense Ink eyeliner by e.l.f. But you can use any kind of eyeliner you want. You just want to, the main thing is to tilt your head back, and I'm resting my finger on my cheek, and I'm just touching, and I can barely see, like my mirror is so far away, but the key is very gentle little movements right in the root of your lashes. That is the key. And now, eyelids are eyelids. They're going to move. Maybe your skin's going to move, or you have little fine lines. So after, you're going to blend. I'm going so nice and light with my pressure on my, this side's going to be hard for me to like do this in the camera for you, but just get it right in the root of the lashes. I go all the way into here. So nice and pitch black. And then Q-tips are your best friends. Just very gently. I'm not trying to like remove anything. I'm just trying to like soften any kind of bumpiness if there was any there. And that will give you a really nice soft finish. So just like that, there you go, smoky eyes. Good luck, and remember, practice makes perfect, and just to be confident with maybe practicing at home and having fun with it. It is just makeup, so if you follow the steps that I just did, it will really help to create a really nice look. The key is blend, 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 and you can never blend enough, but don't put too much pressure on like really rubbing, taking the makeup off, but blending to make it look natural like skin. And so you want to see your face as your canvas for your eye makeup art, or your lips, or your blush, whatever you like, but you want to be nice and even before you kind of have fun with those things. So it is important to take care of your skin. And if you did have acne, it is important to actually really moisturize your skin, where a lot of people think that with acne, you want to kind of skip the moisturizers, your skin's making too much oil, and you think that's the reason. But actually, it could be dehydrated on the surface, so you really want to moisturize. And I find my facial oil, Essential Love, is amazing on acne. I actually had acne for most part of my life, and it cleared it up. And I just love using a really nice moisturizing product on my skin. So taking care of your skin is the most important thing. You could do all the makeup you want like this, but you really want to take the time to take care of your skin. Well, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again.